Everyone, hello, hope you're doing okay. Welcome to episode 69 of Look Back. Yes, hope you're doing alright, everyone. It's good to see you all. Good to see you, Skywalk. Hello, how are you doing? Yes, hope you're enjoying the sunshine. Yeah, I hope you are too. Well, for goodness me, it's very, very warm indeed. Let's see, can we put the, let me know if this is too loud. So let's see, we've got some summary Nintendo music going again as well, so we'll see what that's like. Hopefully it's, is it working? I don't think it's working actually. Let's see if I can, hang on a sec, maybe I can, there we go. Okay, maybe it's on now. Could be on now. Fingers crossed. Yes, let me know if it's too loud. But anyway, hope you do well, Skywalker. Good to see you all. Yeah, good to see everyone. It's goodness me, so warm. I've I've done this opportunity to start reviewing ice creams today as well. So I've got a few ice cream reviews going ahead. So hopefully I'll get them published at some point soon. But yes, goodness me. But I was going to do a moustache watch today, but it's too hot to be handling chocolate. It's just so warm, especially in the house. You know, it's I think it's done over 20. It's 28.5. It says on my thermostat. I'm not sure. The highest I've seen it go is I think 29. I think I'm not sure if it goes higher than that. Maybe it does. I don't know. But anyway, I've got a drink handy, so that should keep me going. Should be able to give I think we've got room for 5 more gifted memberships today as well. So we'll look into doing that. So yes, hope everyone's doing okay. And obviously, Look Back, by the way, those of you who don't know, it's where we look at what I reviewed 1 year ago and 5 years ago, and see where I still agree with myself or not, and just look at what was available back then, whether it's still around now, of course, as well. So yeah, so without further ado, let's get the old graphics up, see if we can do it. Hopefully you got a bit better at it now. Trying to find the graphics on this streaming software I use can be quite difficult. But there we go. I think we're making a good start here. So I did remember of you 1 year back. What was it? Seabrook spicy salsa flavour loaded nacho chips. Yes, if you're bronze member above, you can go review that review if you've not seen it already. So I've done loads of member reviews, but it must be almost 200, I think. So the next one's coming up is Haribo Push Pops, I think it's called. I think it's where it's like a Haribo ice cream, but with little golden bears in it as well. So we're going to try and publish that. But possibly today, tomorrow, all going well. So warm though, it's difficult to difficult to go around the computer, I must say. So we'll see. I imagine a lot of people will be out and about today. So there we go. Too hot indeed, and yes, that sound is perfect. Yeah, it's goodness me, what have you been enjoying the weather, Skywalker? What have you been up to? It is very warm, I must say. You can barely review ice cream to be honest with you in this weather. I was reviewing some before and it was just starting to melt. But obviously chocolate, you've got no chance, you know, it's, let's see. And hello Andrew, good to see you. It's not the first time it's happened, but the new Milky Bar biscuit crumble bar doesn't actually contain any Milky Bar. Oh dear, I remember last week you were dubious about how much it contained. I think you said it was only on the top, but now it doesn't contain any at all. I think you've had that dear me. It's terrible, doesn't it? I mean, it looked like it. It looked like it did from what you were saying last week, as I say, but perhaps that was too optimistic, Andrew. It's ridiculous, that, isn't it? I don't know how they can think that's a good idea, really. But it's, as you say, it's not the first time it's happened, but madness, really. Yeah. Really does. It's frustrating. I mean, what's the, I don't know. Anyway, well, we'll go to 5 years back. We'll start an old 5 years ago review. Why not? Normally it's a good place to start, isn't it? 5 years back. So let's see. So we'll get all the other graphics up and running and see if we can do that. Hopefully I can. Let's see. 2020. That's not bad. There we go. First time. I did it all first time. That's a one-off. It'll never happen again. But goodness me, yeah, some of these chocolates are ridiculous, really. But it's described as vanilla-flavoured filling with biscuit pieces on a milk chocolate base covered with white coating. Yeah, the white coating. There you go. That's what they basically call anything that's just some confectionery coloured white, isn't it? That's a repackaged version of one of Nestlé's extra fino bars from Spain. Oh, okay. Is that all they've done? Then they've just brought over one of those, a bar from another country. Well, it's good that they brought it over, but it's a bit rubbish that they've tried to make it, a Milky Bar when it isn't one. Hello, Alan. How are you doing today? How are you doing? And how's the oh dear, how's the weather coping? How are you coping with the weather? I can't quite make out what you're. Let's see if I can zoom in a bit. So let's see. Kit Kat Chunky Funky. Yes, I've got one, by the way, Alan. I wanted to do a stash watch today. I've got that, and I've got the club. And the club bar as well, but I can't review. It's just too warm. I can't handle them. I can't even touch them. I've got yeah. So we'll see when I manage to get them out. Before I forget, by the way, I'm basically it's touch and go for the next 3 weeks whether I'll be around, because I've got holidays coming up and I've got various things going on. So I think next week, the week after that, I probably won't be live. By the way, just so people know, I'll probably post a video about it. But yeah, basically it's just getting that time of year, unfortunately. So try and get a few videos done before then, but it's it's going to be a bit of a hectic one, basically. The curse of the white coating seems to be spreading. I picked up a packet of McVitie's white digestive this week, and the back of it says covered with a white chocolate flavoured coating. Did it used to say white chocolate then? I assumed it did, but yeah, but I must admit I'll have to look at my my review. But they've changed that. Well, basically the strawberry ones, the pink ones, raspberry ones, whatever they are, that's basically, they've probably just used the same thing and flavoured one of the things. But if it's not white chocolate, then it's, because I'm sure they were. It was actually white chocolate, wasn't it? I'm sure they were white chocolate. So that's pretty cool. Yeah, to say the least. Goodness me. I'll have to look back at my reviews on that. Maybe I'll do a re-review of them. You know, but it does defeat the point if it's not actually chocolate. Because mind you, having said all that, I guess Aero is a bit guilty of the same thing, isn't it? Honestly, just spending time with family. My car has a panoramic roof and it just burns me every time I get in. And I was going to say, are these kind of things a good idea, panoramic roofs and stuff? But even if you can't feel it, obviously the sun's still coming through. You know, as it's UVA and UVB. I think B is for burning, A is for aging. Well, not officially, but that's the way to. So basically, you know, even if it doesn't burn you through the car, you'll still get aged. I think that's what they get for. Is it truck drivers who always have like one half of them against the window, so that one half of the face always ages more than the other one. I'm sure when the McVitie's white digestives came out, they actually used white chocolate. I thought they did, and the vanilla blue riband this week was nice enough, but didn't have any much taste with the white coating. I've still not seen that one. I have to keep. I've looked out for it, but I've not seen it. So yeah. Well, I'm looking forward to trying this at least. But it's disappointing, as I say, if they've got with that with Cadbury white chocolate digestives and not white chocolate. I'm sure it was labelled as white chocolate, wasn't it? Literally white chocolate. I don't think they were just white digestives. I'm sure they were white chocolate ones, but I could be wrong. But I'm sure they were. Alright, so speaking of McVitie's and random things, let's have a look. Which one's the first one I've got here for 5 years back? Let's have a see. Can I find it? Yes. Okay, yes. I couldn't find a decent picture of these, but is that the right one? I think it is. It looks a bit orange there, but strawberries and cream flavour slices. I'm not sure if that's strawberries and cream or it's another one. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it just looks a bit orange there, doesn't it? But it is. Okay. Yep. There we are. Yeah. So these were strawberries and cream flavour slices. All right. So these basically were flapjacks sort of thing, I think they were basically. Gave it a 3.5 out of 5 at the time. There we go. So yes. Oh yeah. So sorry, I missed off the last of your message, Sky. We'll call it a hot hatch for a reason now. Yeah. I knew I've not finished all that message. Apologies for that. I just got carried away with the. But yeah. I know it's goodness me. I don't know whether they're a good idea. It feels like conservatories as well. I don't know. They must be designed for coping with the sun, but then I think, well, are they? You know, you're just sitting underneath, you're in a greenhouse almost. So, I don't know. They must be, mustn't they? But as I say, you would have thought the car sunroofs would be as well. Yeah, goodness me. Oh well, at least it's nice when you can enjoy it, I guess. Alright, well, these McVitie strawberries and cream flavour slices. Well, strawberries and cream flavour is nice, I said. It works better in this form than the biscuits due to the thicker chocolate, I said. But what really put me off with these, actually, it docked it a whole half mark, really, and I'm tempted to consider whether I should still do that. But, reading my notes, basically each slice could be 2 centimetres longer, and you could fit in an extra one as well. So I think that's ridiculous. So when you think it could be 2 centimetres long, there's probably 5 in the pack, and you can fit in an extra one. So with the space on the width, so just ridiculous, really. So yeah, so I think I'll keep them the same. But they were very nice. But that's just ridiculously excessive packaging, and I can't, you know. But otherwise, it would be probably 4.5 out of 5. I think I was quite impressed with those. Really, they tasted quite nice. My chat doesn't seem to be working today. Internal error occurring apparently. I'll just watch from a distance today. Well, it's coming through okay, Alan, and we can see you fine. I don't know if I don't know whether yeah, I don't know. Basically, but I can see it fine, unless there's other chats that I can't see fine. But no worries either way. But it seems to be coming through okay from our side, as far as I can tell anyway. But obviously, whatever you feel comfortable with. But I can't see anything too wrong. Yes. Exactly that, Roberto. I couldn't agree more. Enjoy it when you can, I suppose. Yes, it's it. I think it's one of those, isn't it? You know, you've just got to. Yeah, well, in the UK, you don't typically get ridiculously weather. But I must say, even touching the steering wheel of my car today was pretty bad. You know, it was pretty, yeah, just, you know, you just can't really. It's not driving weather, that's for sure. I don't think. But there we go. All right. I was debating whether to do this. I thought, will that be too hot doing it? And to be honest with you, it is a bit warm. But we'll get there. We'll get there. The Twix salted caramels the other one. Yes, I just checked a review of McVitie's white digestives from 2023, and they were described as being coated in white chocolate and listed cocoa butter in the ingredients. Now there's no cocoa butter, right? Great. No, thank you, Andrew. Thanks for checking that. Yeah, that is the one. good for you, but sometimes it's seen as a negative in my reviews because I put in all that detail and stuff like that, and sometimes I do think, should I take it out? But then I think it's moments like this where it's good to keep it in, you know. Yeah, so that's real rubbish, that, isn't it? Basically, you know, it's probably enabled them to do the pink one, maybe, but even then you could just colour or flavour the white chocolate, couldn't you? So it's no excuse really. Next, you know, they'll just be colouring this coating to make it, you know, brown and making labelling and having that as the milk chocolate ones. No, a load of rubbish, that, really, a load of rubbish. That's really disappointing. Maybe I'll have to re-review them then. And yeah, did you say you had them, Andrew? Were they as nice? Could you tell the difference? Yeah, see. We talked about the Twixes the other day, didn't we? And I mentioned the salty caramel. I actually gave this, believe it or not, I gave this, no, that's the wrong side. I gave it a 5 out of 5, the Twix salty caramel. So I was very surprised by it, because Twix is it's an evergreen bar, isn't it? It's one you always have. It's nothing ridiculously amazing, but it hits the spot. I thought this was one of the best salted caramel chocolate bars I'd had. I thought it was just really nice. It had distinct grains of salt as well in the caramel. It just, you know, not ridiculous, but just distinct little, you know, crunches or what have you. Just something about it, and it just works. It makes Twix even nicer. You know, it's just a great. I thought that even and talking about packaging before, credits to this one. I thought the packaging was spot on as well. It wasn't excessive at all. It was just right. I said it one thing, it seems to have a poor distribution of the salt, but could have been a one-off. But yeah, I was very happy with this, one, and I'm going to re-review them soon. Actually, I've got the few you saw last week or the week before in Stash Watch, where we got a regular white chocolate and the salted caramel Twix. I'm going to do a special review on, so maybe I'll change my mind. But if I do, I'll leave it to them. So I think for the moment, I'm definitely going to say the same. I was very impressed with these ones. I remember being very happy with them. So yes, 5 out of 5. We'll keep it the same, that one. Had one of those Twix last weekend, proper salty, I see. What did you think, Alan? Would you give it 5 out of 5? What do you reckon? I mean, you know, sometimes I worry that sometimes I've been over the top with some of these, but I remember being distinctly impressed with it. Because I can't really, you know, because a lot of the salted caramel ones, they don't really taste that salty, they just taste of a slightly different caramel, if that, you know. So, yes. 5 out of 5, yeah, great stuff, Alan. Great stuff, all agreement there. Look at that. And only just perfectly matched, aligned with the 5 out of 5 from my thing, 120 there. Great stuff. Glad you think so, Alan. Glad you think so. Yeah, I was very impressed with it. I was very impressed. Yeah, very impressed indeed. I'm glad you enjoyed it too. As a word of advice, don't go looking for chocolate bars in corner shops right now. I was at my local store and most chocolate felt like pure caramel in foil. I know, this is it. It's a bad time. And even if they weren't, as soon as you get outside and put it in your car, you're going to struggle, I think, you know. I remember in the US, I think I've mentioned this a few times, but it just reminds me all the time of this, but I bought something in an air-conditioned shop and I got outside and it was like 35, 40 degrees and then of course got into the car and that was even hotter. It just melted ridiculously. So I've never tried that Twix. I love pretzel-inspired chocolates. Yeah, I think it's worth trying because I mean obviously pretzel's something different, but it's like a salty biscuit, isn't it? So yeah, give it a try, Skywalker. I think you'd be impressed with it. And by the way, I know last week we talked about doing the live stream on Wednesdays. By the way, I might look into it when it gets more into autumn time, late September maybe. Because as I say, next few weeks I'm a bit busy and stuff like that, and so I thought there's no point trying to start something now. And it's so warm as well, you know. White Twixes are the best Twixes. They use actual white chocolate and not a white coating, and you can tell. I think Mars white chocolate is actually decent. They should do White Galaxy here. Yeah, well, fingers crossed they do that. Fingers crossed. Yeah, I think for me, I probably like the salted caramel one the most. But as you say, I do remember liking the white Twix as well. I'm going to do the comparison. We'll see what happens. I'm going to review all 3 of them at once. So quite looking forward to that actually. I still think even if you know, I still think I think the Twixes are just very nice. And as you say, the white chocolate, Mars is white chocolate. Yeah, I've never had any trouble with it at all. To be honest, I must say. I do remember liking white Twixes as well. So I'm quite excited to do that review. Actually, it should be a good one, I think. But yeah, Twixes. I mean, Twixes, they just work, don't they? They just work. You know, I think Snickers is another one that just works. Yeah, I think I prefer Snickers refrigerated. But they work either way. Mars is I don't really like. I'm not a massive fan of them unrefrigerated, or the regular ones. But when they're refrigerated, they're actually very nice. I do quite like them as well. So, but they are just regular chocolate, aren't they? You know, not going to blow your socks off, but they do hit a spot for sure. I'm not really a peanut fan either. For some reason, Snickers, as I say, just works for me. I lost one of the graphics. There we go. Yeah, so good summer. But can you believe these are 5 years ago as well? When we used to do look back, we'll have to start doing 10 years ago soon, won't I think? Goodness me. But let's say when we first started look back, they were all the original lot of reviews I did. They all seemed a long time ago, even though they weren't, because they still would have been 5 years back. But nowadays, I feel like these ones don't feel like they're that long ago. Very bizarre, especially this one, Skittles Giants. Even that bag though looks a bit old now, doesn't it? I don't know if that's the current bag or not, but it looks a bit old anyway. Amazingly how things age a bit. But anyway, 3.5 out of 5 I gave this one. 3.5 out of 5. Yes, what did I say about this one? I thought they were even nicer than regular Skittles actually, because they were a lot bigger. I thought they had a better chew factor, I guess you'd say. Usually Skittles for me are a bit too chew, but because these were bigger, they were actually a bit softer. I thought they were, a lovely consistency as well, and lovely, just really nice to chew. But the problem with them was, because the bigger, you get less of them, and it was more obvious that you didn't have certain amounts of certain flavours. Like there's always, they used to say on the back, Skittles are contain a random mix, you're not going to get perfect distribution or whatever. They used to always say, and used to kind of sort of promote it in a way. But I always thought, well, why can't you have a decent distribution? It makes no sense, because they obviously produce them all presumably in equal quantity, and they can control what goes into each bag. I'm pretty certain. So yeah, seemed a bit, always it was disappointing for me that. But anyway, it's more obvious in this one when it was a bit of a disparity. And I said the bag was half full as well, and the strawberry colour was really dark. It was a really dark red, which I thought didn't look very good. Although it doesn't affect the taste, of course, I guess, but nonetheless, So 3.5 out of 5. To be honest with you, I think that's probably about right. 3.5 out of 5, based on what I said, and things like that. Interesting one, though, really. I'm glad they exist and things like this, and I think I prefer them to regular Skittles, like I say, but yes. The Mars ice cream bars are absolutely brilliant as well, Roberto. You should have some in your fridge. I always say fridge instead of freezer. If you love the Mars, out of the fridge. And the Coty gives a nice start. Hang on. The Mars ice cream bar, blah 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 blah. You should have some in the fridge if you want it out of the fridge. The Coty gives the same snap when you bite. Yes. So right, let's see. So I'm assuming I'm not sure if we're crossing wires here with the Mars bar and the Mars ice cream there, but I'm assuming in the freezer there. But either way, yes, I agree with you totally. I do have some Mars bars, actually, Mars ice creams. I've got the salted caramel one, actually, as it happens, and the regular one. I've just done a review of those as well. Yeah, very nice indeed, very nice indeed. But yes, but Mars bars definitely in the fridge as well. Really love them. Really nice. In the fridge, they're really nice regular Mars bars in the fridge, I must say. Yeah, spot on there, Skywalker. Totally agree. Got Alan Steele approval there. Yeah, but yeah, regular Mars bars in the fridge, fantastic stuff. And the actual Mars bar ice cream as well, really good representation of the ice cream, the chocolate bar and ice cream form. The Snickers ones too, to be honest with you. Really good. They look just the part, don't they? And they've done it exactly right. I sometimes complain about munchies, the way they replace the wrong thing. When they say they do brownie munchies or something like that, they replace the caramel with like a weird brownie cream or something, rather than replace the biscuit with a brownie chunk. But the Mars bar ice cream is how it's not difficult, to be honest with you, but they've done it perfectly. Replace the nougat with chocolate ice cream, and it just makes total sense. You know what I mean? But if Nestle did it, they would have replaced, I don't know, they would have replaced the caramel with ice cream or something stupid like that and put nougat in it, something ridiculous like that. It just would have, I don't know. But anyway, there we go. But yeah, good. They are great Mars ice creams. And Mars bars in the fridge as well, definitely. It's always good to get a Mars bars from a vending machine because always refrigerated. Yeah, so always good. Alright, and remember this one, Aero caramel flavour, yes. I think they do a salted caramel flavour, I think they did, didn't they? But they did Nestle chocolate caramel Aero, this one was. Now I gave this one, another one, 3.5 out of 5. Basically 7 out of 10, 3.5 out of 5. It's a typical 7 out of 10, isn't it? Yeah, but obviously, it means more, I think, if it's 3.5 out of 5. Yeah, so it's a bit, they're just a bit... Basically, they looked and smelled lovely, very light and bubbly. All this regular, I thought it tasted nicer than regular Aero, but there's no actual caramel in it. And it's just such a missed opportunity. I don't know if you remember the Milka Luffly bar, or essentially it's like their sort of caramel whisper gold. And it's bubbly chocolate like this. It's more Aero style, but with caramel in it, and that works perfect. But yeah. Well, yeah, no caramel. There's no caramel in it. It's caramel flavoured chocolate, or yeah, it is called chocolate in this case. Yes. So there's no caramel in it. It's just ridiculous. Yeah, it's still not bad, but I thought it's just misleading. You know, it's just totally misleading. Nicer than regular chocolate. You know, just misleading and I don't know, and disappointing. I think in a way, and I think for that reason, I do think it's got to be down a bit there. I think it's got to be a 3 out of 5. You know, it's just Nestle Caramel Aero. At the very least, it should have caramel in it. And I think it's just misleading, really. You know, I think that's actually misleading. I mean, there's ones that are like hazelnut and things. They've done hazelnut flavoured ones and stuff like that. And even them, I think. I mean, the mint one as well. I mean, mint flavour. If it's mint or orange, you can kind of get away with that being flavoured, can't you? Which you do regularly. But I think caramel. I think you'd expect caramel to be in there, really. It's disappointing the way they do this one, and some of them you can get away with, like the strawberry one. You know, it's just pink and it's strawberry flavoured one. But even so, some of them, especially the caramel one, there's no excuse really. They need to up their game. Yeah, I'm glad that they do these new different things, but they just seem to be very lazy attempts at them, don't they? They just seem to be very, very lazy attempts. You know, I don't know, it's just adding a flavour, you know, as I say, and you could have a really nice bar if you did like a caramel Aero, but that would be really nice. And there's so many, and then once they've got that template in place, they can replace that with other things like salted caramel, or they could replace it with a hazelnut cream or something like that. You know, they could do all sorts really. They've got the template then there. You know, I would be devastated, but then again, on the wrapper they don't show any caramel inside the chocolate, but the colour packaging is somewhat misleading. Yeah, they don't show it. You're right, they don't show it. It's not like they say this has got caramel in it. But you know, as you can see, it says that, you know, caramel on it quite prominently, and I think most people would assume it says chocolate caramel. You know, I think people would just assume it's got caramel in it there, and even if they wouldn't assume, it still should have caramel in it. It still should have caramel in it. You know, it's just, I don't know. But all Aero stuffs are always flavours, aren't they? I don't think they've ever, other than like maybe when they did the white chocolate one at some point. But yeah, and even that's not really, that doesn't really count because it's slightly different, really. So yeah, there we go. Right, well, I'll tell you what, we'll give some memberships away. How about that? I'll just so basically you've got to have opted in for this. So give people 5 seconds again to opt in. So you click on the join button, which is somewhere down here. So you click on join down there, and then basically if you click on like the options menu or the 3 dots or something, at some point somewhere, then it'll say membership gifting, and it's like, and then you can toggle it to be on and off basically. So if you do that while I'm just just rearranging the graphics, then then I can do it. Goodness me though, it's getting warm, I tell you. I've got the big lights on and everything like that. It's you know, I could have a fan on, but obviously if I have a fan, it's loud and noisy, so can't really do that, you know. But yeah, there we go. But anyway, just the way it goes. If you don't have air conditioning, does anyone have air conditioning here? You're all in the UK, aren't you, watching at the moment? I think you know, it's cost a lot of money. I don't know if it probably will be worth it at some point, won't it? But I don't know if it's worth it yet. But I'm starting to consider thinking about getting something along those lines, because it gets so warm, especially with all the chocolate and things. But it's really not comfortable at times of year. You don't look irritated by the weather, Roberto, so don't worry. This is it. Well, you got a soldier on, haven't you? Yes, honestly. Yeah, it's not. I mean, it's one of those, but it's, you know. Yeah, I don't know. The weather, honestly, we're never happy, are we, in the UK? It's always too wet or too cold or too snowy or too sunny. To be honest with you, I'm quite happy with the weather if it's just like about 15 degrees outside, I think. 15 degrees in the spring is when I'm happy. Yeah, blue sky, 15 degrees, spring weather. I like that. That's when I'm happy, yeah. I don't mind if it's 15 degrees grey weather in the spring either. I don't mind at all. I've seen a few big tubes sticking out people's windows recently. Yeah, is that what that is? I've seen one person or two people with that. I think it's something to do with air conditioning. I've got a small JML aircon unit that uses cold water. I haven't tried it yet. Yeah, my barber's had a haircut this week. You might have seen. My barber's had one of those. Might be something to try. It did seem quite good, actually. Did seem quite good. Yeah, I don't really know how it works with cold water. Yeah, I don't know. Interesting that. I don't know. Well, I assume it's just water they had actually, not cold. But I don't know. Yeah, I mean most things. I mean, I don't know. Like, I mean, you think about it, like fans. You know, they obviously cool you down, but they're not actually cooling down the air, are they? It's just a. I won't say it's a trick. But basically, it just dislodges the air that's against your skin, so you feels cool. That's what a breeze basically is, isn't it? I don't know if it's actually necessarily cold, but by a fan anyway. it's just moving the air around, isn't it? It just dislodges it from against your skin, so it feels like the heat's gone away because the hot air that was against your skin's moved away. It's not quite smoke and mirrors. It's quite clever, really. But I think that's all it does. But obviously, a fan produces heat, so there we go. Honestly, one of those. All right, let's give some memberships. Let's have a see. Let's have a look. Yeah, there is a bit of a delay, by the way. I can see, Alan, I've got these sort of messages up there. The chat up in another window, which is a live feed from the chat. But my special thing with Bob that lets me interact with it and post it to the screen hasn't arrived yet with Alan's message, so I can see it. But anyway, well, let's take this time to appear. Let's gift some memberships. All right. Membership giftings, right? Well, good luck, everyone. We've got 5 left to send this month. Let's see how we do. I think this is we've timed it just right here, so we'll actually have the maximum amount of people for 2 months rather than just 1 month, I think. So anyway, let's see how we do. Could have some new faces. Let's have a look. We'll find out who's got it. Yes, let's have a see. Bradley Clifford. Well done, Bradley. Well done. Chris Limey. I've seen Chris in the comments quite a lot. Yeah, well done, Chris. Well done. Good to see you. AB. Is he still around? We've not seen him for years. His picture's black there, so I don't know if that account's still active or not. There we go. Now, I've only gifted, look at that, 4 people this time, so it's actually one of them has not been gifted this. So it looks like we have reached. Oh, there we go. One did come out. Shori's got it. Well done, Shori. Great stuff. Oh, it's nice that Shori's got one. I think he, always. Would have been nice. Well, basically, very good on the channel and never seems to get one, but he's got one this time, so great stuff. And Scarlett James, well done, Scarlett. We've seen you before. Great stuff indeed. So I hope you enjoy it. Congratulations to the 5 of you. Okay, so for a minute there, I thought we weren't going to give that 5, but we surely can't release the limit. But there we go. Great stuff indeed. So well done, Bradley, Chris, AB, Scarlett, and Shori. Well done indeed. Well done. Good stuff. We have a breeze coming in off the sea, which is keeping the temperature just right. Yeah, that's not too bad. Yeah, you're in Aberdeen, aren't you? So that's not bad at all, that. Oh dear, yeah, we're no such luck here. I don't think there's any breeze at all here, Helen, actually. There's no breeze at all. It's been like just dead. There's just no breeze. It's just still. Yeah, it's not helping. Sounds amazing, Alan. I wish I was near the coastline right now. Best friend this weekend was my fan. Yeah, I've got a fan basically, just not now, but normally just pointed straight at me. It helps a lot. Alright, so what do we have 1 year ago then? Let's have a look. Now let's have a see. Where are we 1 year ago? Yes, got this first. Remember this was a year ago already. Do you remember? So seriously chocolate digestives versus super chocolatey digestives. Now basically, I think one of them was down as triple chocolate, one of them was double chocolate, I'm not sure. But they're both exactly the same, even though one said triple and said double. They were both basically the same. I really quite like these actually, I really quite like these. So one of them has been discontinued. I think it's the one on the left. I think it's a seriously chocolatey one is now out. I think the super chocolatey one's gone, I think. But gave them 4 out of 5. I was actually very happy with these because they had so the wheatmeal part of the biscuit was chocolate flavoured and they had like little chocolate chips. They weren't massive chocolate chips, but they were big enough. And it just meant that normally a problem with chocolate digestives for me often is this. I mean, it's not necessarily, for me, in my opinion, I prefer it if it wasn't the case. They're just not quite chocolatey enough. There's just too much biscuit. They're not too bad. It's not, they're certainly not on the too far on the wrong side of it, but I would prefer if they were just a bit more chocolatey. But these ones had the balance just right, with the wheatmeal chocolate sort of flavoured wheatmeal and so the biscuit's basically chocolatey and the chocolate chips in there as well. Just thought it was really nice. Yeah, I love these. Love these. Yeah, I think they're still out. I think it's still, one of them isn't. I think one basically replaced the other. But because this was the transition period, I got them both to see what on earth the difference was, and there was no difference. They just rebranded them basically. Yeah, they were very nice. These ones. I thought these were spot on actually. I really enjoyed these. Like Alan said, I don't know if I'd quite give them. I think I feel like I'm gonna up them actually. 4.5 out of 5. I think these ones. They were just really good chocolate digestives. They were really, really nice. They had such a chocolatiness to them, and I think it just elevated them even more. And yeah, so really, really nice. These ones. Definitely recommended. Definitely worth trying out. But if you like chocolate digestives, go for these because they're just better. Hi there, Joe. Happy Saturday. Great to see you, Joe. How's it going? We're baking in the UK here. It's ridiculously warm. Like where I am, it says it's 28 degrees. I think it's just there's no air at all, Joe. It's just there's no breeze or anything. Oh, it's very warm. Very warm. How are you doing, Joe? How's things where you are? I'm never quite sure whether when I say it's warm, whether for you it'd be anywhere near warm, because you're so used to a lot more sunnier weather, I'm sure, in Brazil. But, but yeah, good to me. I hope you're doing well, Joe. I hope you're doing well. Good to see you. Right, so. Okay, right, so yeah, so they're definitely worth checking out. Seriously chocolatey ones, I'd say I think are the ones that are only about now. They were labelled, I think they were labelled as double chocolate originally with the super chocolatey ones, now they're labelled as triple chocolate, but they're both the same. I can't remember now what the order is, but anyway, either way, very nice. I'll put links to all these in the description after I finish the live, by the way. So, yeah, hope you enjoyed those. It was a bit of a versus battle, I'd say, but they were both basically the same. So, yeah, so there was no real winner in the end. Okay, Double Decker as well. I did a classic review of the Double Decker, one of my favourite bars, this one, or at least I thought it was. I tried it, and 3.5 out of 5 I gave it. I was very disappointed, actually, really disappointed. You know, yeah, just really disappointed, basically. I'm trying to wonder how this chat ranking. Well, it's got, you know, it's got these top fan things now. I don't know what it is really. I'm just like Zhao's number 1 now. I don't know why. I mean, well, I'm glad you are Zhao, but I thought it was based on individual chat sessions. But Zhao's just come in and it's taking everyone's crowns. I don't know what's going on there. I really don't know how it's working there. We got 75 XP. It says Zhao. Andrew's got 75 XP. And Alan's got 25 XP. So I have no idea how it works. I really don't. It seems to make no sense to me. But anyway, there we go. There we are. Well, congratulations. Goodness me, I don't know how it works. It's meant to reset every time as well. I have no idea. But anyway, you see, it's a nice touch anyway. But it's not making any sense to me whatsoever. Double Decker was a bit meh for me. I would like to see raisins in there to elevate the experience. Well, yeah, basically that's kind of what I said as well. I didn't exactly say raisins, but I say it needs something else like a caramel or a cream, because it has really nice textures. I found really lovely textures. You know, it's got the it's got like a sort of nougat-y top. It's quite chewy, and it's got like a crunchy bit in chocolate, sort of below like Rice Krispie pieces. But there's just no real taste to it. It's just really bland. So exactly like Alan says, it needs something else to lift it up. You know, I said it needed like a caramel or a, you know, or a cream in there, or something that, you know, some other flavour or something. But yeah, like raisins, for instance, you know, just like something else in there. It really does, yeah, I'm spot on there. It really does. So I was, yeah, disappointed. It used to be one of my favourite bars because it was so sort of substantial, but it just didn't have much taste to it. It was just like the fact that if you turned upside down, it was a Decker double as well. But yeah, I don't know. It just, yeah. Yeah, I was really disappointed. I remember saying to someone at the time as well, it's one of my favourite bars, and they were like, "Oh, I don't know, I'm not really that bothered about it." And I thought, you know, I was not incredulous, but you know, I thought, well, I'm not sure about, you know, don't trust their opinion. But then I had it again, and I was like, oh yeah, it's yeah. So I think for me, I'll probably give it the same. I think it's got something about it. You know, it's got a lot of texture, a lot of chew. It's not a bad bar, but it, yeah, like Alan says, you just need something else like raisins or some else fruity flavour or some caramel flavour or anything really. You know, I'd rather have a picnic over Double Decker myself. Yeah, well, this is it. Yeah, I think you're possibly right there. That gives you a nice little. I've got picnics to review as well, by the way. The classic one. Yeah, I think you're right. It's got the chew in it, but it's got more flavour, hasn't it? You know. There you go. Alan's a fan. Picnic, yes. Maybe that basically is the bar we want. You know, maybe the picnic has already done it. It's made by Caprio Picnic, isn't it? So maybe that's why they don't. Maybe did a Double Decker hybrid. There you go. So maybe the raisins one. Maybe it's already too close to a picnic then. But it definitely needs something anyway, doesn't it? It doesn't need something. Well, it's not exactly the same as a picnic human raisins, would it? So yeah, disappointed with that one then. I'm even start doing the polls for live review, the classic reviews again. Stop doing them, haven't I? Really? So there's so many reviews to do in the backlog. Maybe I'll start doing them again in September time when I can get back on track. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know, Double Decker, I really disappointed that. I really had. It was one of those like bars I just always liked from when I was younger, and just, you know, even when I was older, it just didn't do it for me in the end. Bit of a shame. Remember these was a year ago as well. Do you remember these ones? These what are they called? Really fruity strawberry flavoured jammy Dodgers. So they're like so a lot of my problem, as I've always said, I'm sure all of you know, what did I give them first? I gave them a 3 out of 5. I gave these ones. My problem with jammy Dodgers is there's just not enough sense of it. Not enough filling, flavour basically to biscuits. So all you get is a lot of biscuit and very small amounts of flavour. I like the look of them, I like the idea, I like this, that and the other, but there's just not enough flavour. And this seems to be the answer. So what they did was they coated the biscuit with like a flavouring as well, so it's like a raspberry flavour or something like that. It was a brilliant idea. You think, well, that's going to sort the problem. And as you can see on the score, it didn't really. And the problem was with it was, well, was it just, let's see, but it just was still too weak. It just didn't, it wasn't really, it was like, rather than sort of the whole biscuit be flavoured raspberry or strawberry, whatever it was, strawberry, it was just like a sort of very mild coating, and it didn't look very good. They'd not really coated it that well, although they had coated it on the inside as well, so they'd coated it before they put the biscuit together and this, that and the other, so they'd done that at least, but it just, I don't know, it just wasn't strong enough. It still wasn't strong enough. And it could have been the perfect answer to the problem without them having to change the recipe for Jammy Dodgers, because obviously, you know. But maybe said all that, there are fans of Jammy Dodgers. Maybe, you know, maybe they don't want it. I don't know. But I'm still buying a pack of these. Quite enjoy them. They're only 48p. Yes, that's not bad at all. At 48p, that is pretty good. That is really good. That's really good. That's very, yeah. You'd expect. I mean, these days you'd probably expect 48p a biscuit, wouldn't you? But there's 6 of them in there, so it's less than 10p a biscuit. That. What's about 7p a biscuit, something like that. 7 times 6, what's that? 6, 12, 18, 36, so more than that. 8p a biscuit, 8, 16, 24. Yeah, 8p a biscuit, that, exactly 8p a biscuit. They nailed the packaging, but I agree, I think the Jammy Dodgers lacking actual flavour. I remember trying them myself. Yeah, yes, yeah. Well, that's a great price. Yeah, for that price you can't complain, really. Although, of course, I would. But, yeah, it's... Yeah, I mean, you know, I don't dislike them or anything. I just wish I feel like they should have just done it a bit better. I feel like it should have, for what they'd done to it, I feel like it just still wasn't really strawberry enough for me. So yeah, I think nowadays I give Jammy Dodgers 2.5 out of 5 generally. So I think 3 out of 5 still reflects the fact that it had something about it. So, but I think for me, yeah, I think it's probably the same really. You know, I don't dislike them. For me though, the one I really enjoyed, and a lot of people didn't actually, was the Chocky Dodgers. I think they've gone now, but I found they were pretty much perfect. Well, I don't perfect is the right word, but they were the flavour to biscuit ratio, the filling to ratio, which just seemed to be quite right, or at least the taste. And I really enjoyed those. I thought they got it spot on in there. I don't know if there's any more, but I think the chocolate flavour just came across better. Yeah, so those ones I did quite appreciate, but they've gone now, unfortunately. So that was a shame. But yeah, there we go. But I'm glad you enjoyed them. I'm glad you enjoyed them. I mean, the problem with Jammy Dodgers is they can't. They're stuck really, aren't they? What can they do? They can't really. There's a lot of fans of Jammy Dodgers, so you can't really change the structure of them, you know, because there'd be a massive outcry, won't there? So I don't know. So I think they're like a bit. I don't know what the sales are like. Presumably they're still doing well. They do loads of limited editions, so presumably they're still popular. I think they're just one of those for me. A lot of it, I'm not to say that there aren't people who like them for how they are, but I feel a lot of it is, you know, they just look good and they just, you know, and they have quite no artificial flavours and stuff, and they're just good for parents to buy for kids, aren't they? And kids, you know, they look fun, you can mess about with them, you know, split them in half and stuff like that, you know. Just a nice biscuit for kids to have, I think. So, I don't know, but yeah, I don't think they can mess with the recipe that much, to be honest with you, so I think it's one of them. Now here's one for us all. Here's one. Alan definitely will remember this one. Yes, the Border. Yes, Border dark chocolate raspberry biscuits. Now, can you believe this, Alan? You're gonna you need to sit down, Alan. You need to sit down. I gave this a 4 out of 5 at the time. 4 out of 5. I thought it was a really chunky biscuit, very indulgent, nice set of textures, thanks to the chocolate chips. But I thought the raspberry flavour was a bit too subtle at the time. I said, and no real richness from the chocolate, but I don't know. On subsequent tastes of these, I used to think. Top tier, 5 out of 5. Well, they were in my top chocolates of last year when I think they were number 2 or number 1. I think they were number 1, weren't they? So there you go. They were number 1. So let's. I think we can predict where this is going to go. You're making me hungry now. These ones are very good. You've got to try these. You've got to try these, Skywalker. You really got to try these ones. Top tier, as Alan said. And to be honest with you, you know, it's a definite. It's a no-brainer. This one. I don't know what they. Just something about them at first. I don't know what it was. I think I was just. I don't know. I had a real soft spot for dark chocolate gingers from Border as well, and I thought, oh, they're just not quite there, but they're even better actually. I think I do prefer these than Border's dark chocolate gingers. They're really nice. There's something about them. They're really substantial. The flavour is quite subtle, but it's not too subtle. It's just right, and there's lovely little like chocolate chips bits in there. Is it chocolate chips, raspberry bits? I can't remember, or both. And the chocolate, I'm sure it's chocolate chips. Yeah, it is. I've got my notes there. Just really nice. A bit like the digestives actually. Those chocolate chips, you know, they're just quite subtle, but they're just substantial enough to make a big difference. And you really lift up the biscuit. It all works perfectly as a nice contained biscuit. It's really thick and indulgent. Yeah, you've got to get these, Skywalker. You'll love these. They're really, really, really nice. All border biscuits actually are quite nice. You sometimes see there was a chocolate selection, not seen it for a while now, reviewed a few months back. They do a regular one as well, which only has one chocolate biscuit in a chocolate beanie as well. But they're still really nice. They're just lovely biscuits. They're just even their non-chocolatey ones are top tier biscuits. Well, among the best biscuits. This is, as Alan says, this is top tier stuff. Highly palatable. Yes, thanks for putting me on these. Yeah. Have you had them? Yes. Well, have you had them before then, Skywalker? Is this one or onto them now? But either way, yeah, you can't go wrong with these ones. But I say border biscuits, very nice biscuits. I think they're even better. I mean, the thing with their selection boxes they look a bit funny. They're like in a tray, like in a clear see-through top tray, and like they look a bit less. They look like you don't look like you get as much in them as you do like in the Fox's biscuit selection or something like that, but I'm pretty sure you do. But even if you don't, you get enough. You know, they're really good selection of biscuits, and they're really nice. So even their regular ones they're just such nice biscuits. They work very well indeed. Border a quality brand, aren't they? Yeah, they're a great quality brand. Yeah, they really are. I need to get the other review out of their regular biscuit selection. I've got so many reviews, not enough time. That's the problem. I've got loads of them to do really. But yeah, they're very nice, really good stuff. Really lovely biscuits. And I think I had some I think I had some in the backlog the other day, but I'd kind of already reviewed them sort of in the selection. I thought, you know what, I'll just treat myself to them. And and they were very nice. I tried borders in the past, just not these ones, I think, but not these ones. I tried my other half. I tried my other half. Nicked the raspberry ones. I can't remember the selection. Yeah, probably the chocolate ones. They did a chocolate selection. Well, there you go. If they were pinched, I think that says it all. Skywalker, you got to get in there quick. Yeah. That's the other good thing about their selections. They have a good distribution as well. Like if you get one of these, like a Fox's one, they have like the false bottoms within a plastic tray. And you have like four of some and two of another, and it's nothing to do with anything other than the fact they have like a false bottom in the plastic container to make it lift up higher. And it's really frustrating. But the border one, I mean, I think there are some, because they're thinner, you get 5 rather than 4 or something like that, but you get a proper good selection. You really do. So it's that time where you used to have to use the fridge to store your chocks. Basically, Joe, yes. Although I try not to do it because it can kind of ruin well, not ruin, but it can alter the bar itself, things like this, and because obviously I want to review them as is, I don't want to sort of affect anything like that. So yeah, basically it is very warm, but I'm not doing that at the moment. I'm just leaving my chocolate well alone, and usually that's enough. There's not much I can do about it, but there you go. Yeah, so one of those. Oh dear. What do you think of the music today, by the way? It was a different playlist today. It was part 2 of the Nintendo Summer playlist. What did you reckon? I don't think I got a copyright strike last week, so that was quite good. They're quite high end on the biscuit spectrum. They are pretty much, but the biscuit selection's not too bad. It's like about, I'm not sure now. It was between £3 and £5. Let's just say £4.50, I think, for it. But it might be over £5, depending on whether it's an offer on or where you go to. But they're not ridiculously expensive. For the selection, I'd definitely recommend it. You know, yeah, really nice. Ooh, just a nudge mouse. Yeah, really nice indeed. Yeah, but even if they were, I mean, you know, well, I'm not trying to make them raise the prices, but I think there's definitely more expensive things out there that I think are not as good as these. Wants to put out when your posh auntie comes over. Yeah, this is it. Yes. This is it. Exactly. I think you summed it up perfectly there. They're really good, and they have a nice air of quality to them, refineness to them, and a lovely taste. They back it up with the taste, the texture, the distribution. You know, they're really just, you know, as I say, a lot of these biscuit selections, I mean, you can get just packs of dark chocolate raspberry, by the way, biscuits. But when you get them in the selection, as I say, you just get a really good distribution, and you can see them all as well. You can see how many biscuits are in there. Whereas I say these cheeky Vitty's Victoria ones or Fox's ones, as I say, they have false bottoms on them, but they're like in a box and they're flat. distribution, but they have false bottoms, I say, that lift up. Some of them only have 2 biscuits deep, and the rest of it's just like a plastic, stopper basically to keep it, not being crushed. So yeah, but Borders don't do that. Really good. With my phone speaker, I think the plinky plonky tropical music could do with being a bit quieter compared to the voice. It's about half and half, but I'm just used to my phone speakers. Okay. Do you think it should be slightly quieter then, do you think? Let's have a look, what do you reckon? Let me know, Andrew. I'll just reduce it slightly. Everyone let me know what you think. Obviously, sometimes it's hard because... Oh my god. Let's see. Sometimes some people's devices are different. What do you reckon now? Is it slightly better? Reduce it slightly. Let me know what you think. Hard to say because it's one of those where, as I say, different people's devices sometimes are different. Sometimes on my channel, people say, I can hardly hear you, and I listen to it, and there's nothing wrong with it. So sometimes some people's devices are just, yeah. Sounds fine. Yes. Fingers crossed. How about you, Andrew? Any good? Yes or no? Maybe. Let's say, let me know if it's any better or not. But yeah. Oh dear. It could depend on the song as well. It's one of them, I think, sometimes. But there we go. But yeah, let me know, Andrew, if that's any better or not. I've said reduce it slightly, not by much though. But let me know. Even though Border is a mainstream brand, I see them as being a bit upmarket. Yeah, you're right, really. And higher quality than McVitie's and Foxes. You're right. They come across that way. The packaging is quite nice and concise, and they do come across that way. Yeah, but they're a reasonable price, I think. I quite like the music this week. It's brought my mood, to be honest. Oh, very good, thank you. Yes, nice summery music, and it's nice. Yes. Oh, good to hear. I mean, it's one of those where there's loads of playlists out there. You can't, obviously, I can't listen to all the music beforehand, but I do a sample of some of them, and they sound very nice. So yeah, there's quite a lot of good ones out there. So we'll see. I'll keep trying to mix it a bit. I might try and make my own playlist at some point, but obviously with YouTube, you don't want adverts to start popping in, stuff like this. So I don't know. Yeah, one of those. But yeah, I'm glad you like it. Glad it brightened your mood as well, Skywalker. I'm really glad you enjoyed it. Hopefully the level's just about right now. As I say, yeah, keep you updated if it's too loud or too quiet or anything like that. I'll reduce it slightly from what Andrew mentioned before, so hopefully it's okay. But yeah, fingers crossed. But yeah, well guys, that brings us to the end of this week's look back. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed it, and yeah, I think, let's see, start turning the lights off, I think. But yeah, it was nice to chat to you all. As I say, lovely going over all these old products. I think some of them are really, sometimes you get one you think, oh, that's not that exciting a product from a few years back, but some of them are really good, Shori's just over. Yeah, hello there, Shori. Hello there. Thank you for the gifted sub, sir. Oh, no problem at all, Shori. I'm glad you got one. We wanted to get you one for a while, didn't we? You never came through, did it? One time back. We're glad you got one now. I'm going to do, let's say, a member review special soon as well for all members. That's coming up hopefully today or tomorrow, I think, as well. So keep an eye out for that. Keep an eye out for it. Hopefully you'll enjoy that one. Yes. But there we go. But good to see you, Shuri. How are you doing, by the way? When I used to use my old laptop, your voice used to be quiet during the streams, but the speakers at full volume. But over my phone speaker or headphones, the volume is fine. Some YouTubers are louder. Yeah, it's weird, isn't it, that? I think it's very hard to cater for people when it's when it's different. Sometimes the volume is the YouTube volume and there's the phone volume. I don't know. I don't know what the answer is, really. Better late than never, yes. No, it's good to see you, Shuri. Great to see you in. Great to see you in. I know Shuri's been a bit off chocolate recently, haven't you, Shuri, you were saying, so. Sorry I haven't been out to weekend, I'm just rarely on my phone, and I'm not too bad, thank you. How about yourself? I want to finish Stu Series Megatron. Yeah, I'm very happy. We had a chat a long time back, didn't we, about whether it be in gun mode or not. And yeah, really, really, really happy with it, actually. It looks really good. I think they've done a great job of it. So I've put in my pre-order. Hope you do well, Shuri. What did you think of it? Another great look back, thank you. See you in a few weeks. Oh, thank you very much, Alan. Yeah, just in case you missed what happened before. Basically, I'm more or less offer on away for the next 3 weeks. It's just sometimes on holiday, sometimes just out and about. It's one of those. So yeah, unfortunately, I probably won't be available for lives for another 3 weeks, just while I do it all. So I think next weekend I'm kind of half away. The weekend after, and the weekend after that I'm away as well. So it's one of those, I think. It's a great thing about I've got New Age Romulus instead. Yeah, it's been out for a while, that Romulus one, hasn't it? But yeah, it's scratches the same itch. But I've gone down the Studio 86 route now, So yeah, I'm kind of. I can see why you did it. You can't go wrong, really. But he does turn into the classic weapon, doesn't he? So yeah. I'm glad you're still going with them, Sean. I'm really glad, yeah. Right, so there we go. Yes, let's see. Let's I've been turning off these things. Let's see. Goodness me, it's started to go on the edge of just slightly too warm now as well. So I think we've just reached the right time to end it. You know, the lights honestly just beaming heat onto me. You know, it's just madness. Oh yeah, no great look back indeed. Have a lovely weekend away, Roberto. Let's hope the weather continues on. Oh yes, fingers crossed. Yeah, it's nice weather outside. Obviously not good for chocolate reviews, unfortunately, but I've got crisps and ice creams to review, so you know we can get them done. They tend to be members only, so we'll see. Maybe I'll do an exclusive regular one for everyone as well. We'll see. But there we go. Yes, I got the Gun Robo colour scheme. It's hard back to the original Japanese figure. And sorry for not being around the past few months. Oh, it's no problem at all, Shori. It's no problem at all. You pop in when you can. It's no problem. It's good to see you when you do. I know it's quite difficult sometimes. I know you've been a bit off chocolate lately as well, so that doesn't help. But good to see you back though. Really is. We got the Gun Robo colour scheme with Bart's back to the original Japanese. Yeah, I remember the was it black? Was it completely black? Original Megatron. I can't quite recall now. I know someone like khaki coloured as well, but I think that was another figure. But yeah. But good stuff indeed. Yeah, I know. I'm trying to steer clear of going down the classic route because it's just so much. It's a can of worms. So yeah. But my friend said he was doing that at the moment, and he's been going to buying all sorts of stuff. So not good for the wallet. Yes, the chat's not quite come through yet, but I can see your. Oh, there we go. Yeah, it is. That's it. Black with brown handle. It's a stunner. Yeah, it looks just right, doesn't it? Like a proper. Yeah, I don't know whether I should use the right term in my YouTube chats because I think YouTube's a bit funny with picking up keywords and stuff like that. So I'd say the original colour of the weapon mode. Yes. Yeah, very tempting. I must say, it has been very tempting to look into those. And there's another figure, wasn't it, that turned into the same thing, but was a different model. It never came out in the Transformers toy line. Well, maybe a couple actually. So there's like a range of them, wasn't there? So yeah, it's tempting to look into those. But again, you know, it's just it's whole can of worms to go down that route. So I'm trying to avoid it. But yeah. Oh, there we go. Honestly. Oh dear. Well, there you go. There we go. Well, yes, you've come in at number one, Show 75 XP. I think basically Andrew had 75, then Joe had 75 XP, and then Shurik had 75. And I think it just puts the latest person in the chat to go to the top. I think. I'm not sure. I don't know what's doing it. I don't know why Alan's only got 25 XP. I don't know what's this top fan thing means at all. Like I say, Alan's done just as much chatting, so I really don't know what's going on. Unless it's a word count thing, I don't know. Oh. Keep your tongue in the fridge, guys. I'm going to get some ice cream bars soon. Looking forward to your reviews. Oh yes. Keep your tongue in the fridge, everyone, as I say, and and enjoy the ice cream as well. I'm gonna have some myself, I think. All right, guys, great to see you. Good to see you, Skywalker. Great to see you, Shori. Great to see Alan as well, of course, and Andrew, of course, as well. And anyone else is watching, really good to see you. And Joe, of course, Joe. Yes, great to see you as well, Joe. I hope you're keeping cool when you are, Joe. I'm sure you are. But yeah, great to see you all. Thanks so much for all your support and all the chats. Really is nice to chat to you all. I'm probably away for the next 3 weeks. So yeah, I'll put a video out to mention it. But obviously, yeah, but if you just bear that in mind, you know, and then maybe I'll try and look into. Hopefully, once I'm back, then I can start getting back into the channel a bit more, reviewing the chocolate because it's been so warm. It's been very difficult. I've still got plenty of reviews that I've done to put out, so I'll try and get them in. But there we go. But yeah, unfortunately, yeah, I can't really review the ones I wanted to this weekend. But there we go. Take it easy, sir. And you too, Shori. Thank you very much. You take care. And yes. And where am I off to? Yeah, where am I off to? Well, I'm going to see. Probably just going out about the UK next week. Probably, I think York is where I'm planning to go actually. And then I'm off to Peru as well for a bit. So yeah, going long distance. Yeah. So yes, should be quite a good one, I think. Oh yeah, so Machu Picchu and all that. So there we go. Oh dear. So where Beast Wars was. So we'll see if I any Rise of the Beast Transformers. Yeah, there we go. Right, well there we go, guys. Yes, and Peru, wow, that's something special. Maybe some Peruvian chocolate. Well, this is it. If it's not too warm, that's the only thing. I'll see what I can do. You know, they do have some nice chocolate over there, I must say. So, but it's just whether it can survive coming back on the heat. But we'll see. I try and plan to travel light, really. Just want to carry on and hopefully just fit in as much as I can. So I'm not too bothered about, you know, taking too much. So hopefully I'll be okay. But we'll see. Oh, but yes, it should be very nice, yeah, and the bike show should be lovely, so we'll see how it goes. Quite looking forward to it, at least. Oh. Alright guys, well take care, have a great week yourselves, and I'll see you, I'm sure, in the comments and things. have a great, have a great time yourself in this letting you over if I don't, but I'm sure I will. Safe journey, so thank you very much, Yuri. Thank you very much. Yeah, fingers crossed, all goes fine. Should be straightforward. Fingers crossed. Touch wood. Proving chocolate won't survive the travels. There, you're probably right. I might try it. But we'll see. Stay safe. Have a good one. Yes. So, thank you very much, Skywalker. Thank you very much. And yes, Peru. Yes. So now down your neck of the woods, Joe. Not too far from you. Well, still quite far, but in your area, basically, Joe. Yes, I won't be too far away. Honestly. So yes, I'll get some of your good weather, I think. We've had really good weather here, so to be honest with you, should be quite cool going there actually, maybe. Get a bit of a, can get cool off a bit. Oh dear. Alright, well take care everyone. Thanks so much for all the chats, as I say. Great to see you all. Apologies if I miss any chats, it's just there's about a 12-second leeway time, all this sort of thing. So I'm not missing anything, don't mean to miss anything, it's just one of those. I wish you all the best. Thank you very much and stay safe. Thanks very much, Joe. All the best to yourself as well. And have a great week and stay safe also. And yeah, I'll see everyone soon. Take care, everyone. Bye for now. See ya. I'll click the button when it stops, I think, when I can officially see it stopped. Hopefully it has. There we go.